Welcome, here I've got Realme 7i and I'm gonna show you the top tricks of its camera. So at first we have to tap on the camera button to open it, and for now we are in the standard photo mode. Let's see what we've got here. Let me start by tapping anywhere at the screen like that, and as you can see we get access to this ring with this small sun icon from the right. So the ring is the focusing. We can pick the focusing area anywhere at our picture we need, and when we tap on this sun a little bit longer we get access to the exposure compensation slider, so we can manage the light of our picture. By going up we can make our photo more bright, and by going down we can make it more dark. And of course when we tap anywhere we go back easily to auto settings with that. Now let's have a look at these buttons here, and now we can change the lenses of this camera. I've changed it to ultra wide. We have access also to the standard wide, and then we can get closer to the subject. So this is connected with zoom. Now let me show you how to use zoom. We can do it by using two fingers like that and get closer to the subject and also go back. Also when we tap on these buttons a little bit longer we get access to the extra slider with zoom. So I think this way is more precisely than using two fingers. Now let's stay on the standard lens and let's have a look at this settings bar. Here by going to the left or right, as you can see, we can change the modes of this camera. We are in night mode, then video, standard photo, portrait, 48 megapixels, the best possible quality of this camera, and by going to the right we go to more, so the time-lapse mode, ultra macro, Google lens, slow motion, expert and panoramic. So you can pick here whatever you need. For example, let me show you slow motion, just one tap to open it, and now we can start recording the slow motion video. To go back to the standard photo mode we have to just tap on this button here with X letter, and we are in 48, so let's move to the photo. And now let's have a look at these buttons here. Let's start from the left corner. The first one button here allows us to control the flash. Now it's turn it off. We can turn it on every time we take a picture. We can also pick the option with auto flash, so the camera should recognize when it's needed, when it's too dark. Another tap and we can here pick also the fill light, so we have access to the torch. Now let me keep this turned off and let's move to the second button from the left with HDR. Here we can see that now it's turned off. We can also turn it on every time we take a picture or turn it on the auto. I suggest you to keep this on the auto, because the HDR helps to improve the details in the brightest and darkest areas of our photos, and it really helps to making our pictures just more beautiful and lightful. And now let's stay on this and let's move to the center. Here we have also extra intelligent tool Chroma Boost to improve our colors on our photos. So by just one tap we can turn it on and off here. And let's move to this button. When we tap here we get access to the filters slider, which appears here, and now we can pick the filter we need and make our picture just more beautiful before we take it. Let's go back to the original one and turn this off. And now let's tap to this button in the right corner. Here we get access to 3 other buttons. Let's start from the left with frame. Here we can change the camera aspect ratio. We are in 4:3 ratio. One tap and we can change this to 1:1, the square one, as you can see. Another tap and we can go to full camera frame, full aspect ratio. This is how it looks like. When we tap here once again we go to 16:9, and this is how it works. And when we pick this button once again we go back to 4:3, the original one. At the center we have the timer button, so here by tapping on it we can adjust the delay of taking picture. Now we are on 3 seconds of delay. Another tap and we can go to 10, and when we tap here once again we can turn it off. So let me stay on 3 seconds to show you how it works, and now let me take a picture. And the photo was taken now with 3 seconds of delay. So let's tap to the right corner once again and to this timer twice to turn it off, and move to this button from the right with settings. Here we can open the advanced camera settings. As you can see, we have a lot of them, so let me show you a few. Let's start with volume button function. When we tap here, we can decide what our volume keys, which are here at this device, do with cooperation with the camera. So in the standard usage, these buttons allow us to control the volume with the device, and with the camera we can pick from volume to shutter or zoom. Now let me pick, for example, shutter to show you how it works. Let's go back to the camera and let me try to tap on these buttons now. And as you can see, by using them I can easily take a picture. So this is extra way to taking the photo, and we don't have to use the shutter every time. Now let's tap to the right corner to the right settings here and move to the fingerprint shooting. So by using this button, of course, we can turn it off and on also. And also this is one extra way to take a picture. So in the Realme we have the fingerprint here, and now when I tap on it we can take a picture. So this is how it works. Also, let's go back to the settings and move now to the shooter sound. As you can hear, the sound now was turned on. We can turn it off by using this button. And when I go back now to the camera and take another picture here or here or here, we can't hear anything. So this is the way to turn off or turn on the camera shooter sound. Now let me stay on this settings and let's move to the location option. So this function allows us to save the information about the place where we take a picture in the details about it. By using this button we can of course turn it off and turn it on as we need. And here the important thing also is that to make it work correctly, when we want to save the actual location of our photo, we have to be connected with the internet, for example with the Wi-Fi or the mobile data, and we have to turn on the location of this device. So remember about these two parameters, the location and the internet, to make it work. Now let me keep turning on all of these settings. Let's go back to the camera and take another picture. To see it, let's move to the left to this button that follows us straight to the gallery, and this is it. To check its location we have to tap to the right corner at the bottom to more and pick the details, and now at the third place we have the location with the full address. So greetings from Kraków, Poland. Let's go back to the camera now, to the right corner and to the settings button, and slide a little bit to the photo category now. So we were in general category, now we are in photo. At the first place here we have touch to take photo option. Also by using this button we can turn it off and on, and this is also extra way to take a picture. When we have this turned on, when we go back to the camera we can tap anywhere at the screen, and now we have at first the focusing, and then it takes a picture automatically. So let's move back to these settings and now to the grid option. By using button from the right we can of course turn it on, so these are the camera grid lines, or turn it off. Now let me keep them turned on, and when we go back to the camera preview now we can see these lines. So this is useful when we want to use the rule of third in photography, for example, or making experiments with composition. Also remember that these lines are not visible at the real picture, so when I take another photo and when we go again to the gallery we can't see them. So the grid lines are only to help us taking better pictures, and of course when we don't need them we can tap to the right corner once again to the settings, slide a little bit to the photo category and use this button to turn them off. So for now the grid lines have gone in the preview. So let's stay on the settings in the photo category, and now let me show you the watermark option. When we tap on it we can see that we can add two watermarks, the phone model and the date and time. As you can see, by using these buttons we can turn them on and off. We can add just one of this or both at the same time. And with the phone model we have connected one extra watermark, the author. So when we tap here we can add our own custom watermark, for example HardReset. And OK. But remember that the author and the phone model watermarks are connected, so you can't add the author without the phone model. Now let me keep them turned on. Let's go back to the camera and take another picture. To see it, let's move again to the left, and here we can see the watermarks at the bottom of it. So let's get closer to it. From the left we have the Realme triple camera watermark and shot by HardReset, and from the right we have the timestamp. And of course, when we don't need it, we can go back to the camera, then to the settings from the right, slide again, and you pick the watermark to turn off these buttons. And for now, when we take another picture, the watermarks should be not visible at it. Let's go back to the settings. After managing all of this, sometimes we want to go back to the auto, and we can do it by using the last one option here. I want to show you restore to defaults. When we tap here, we can reset the camera settings, and all of this goes back to the auto. And that's all. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.